So hello, good morning everybody, and thank you for coming to the Google stand this morning. My name is Sacha Van Straten. I'm the head of digital literacy at Trinity School in Croydon. What I'm going to talk to you about for the next 20 minutes or so is using Google Apps for Education across a number of schools where I've deployed it in order to make a change to the learning culture of all the teachers who use it, and also, most importantly, about what does it do in terms of learning outcomes. How do we actually make learning better? And what I've done in a number of schools, really, is through the use of Google Apps for Education, I've been able to really get people collaborating, that's staff with other staff, which is always for them the kind of unexpected byproduct of this, getting students to collaborate with each other a lot more effectively. And actually, most importantly of all, that it happens with a minimum of fuss. And the other thing that I've discovered repeatedly is that most network managers in schools where I've wanted to do this have initially been resistant. And actually, when it comes down to it, we get this up and running in a couple of days. That's been my experience. And I use this at a strategic level to reassure staff that we are not asking them to jump into the unknown, that what they see will be a very clean and easy to use interface, that the learning curve is small. I say to people, I can teach you to use Google Apps in less than an hour, and that covers everything. And I can, because it's very intuitive. I think lots of teachers have this fear barrier that stops them making progress, and that's why I think Google Apps is so brilliant, because the learning curve is small, and we can get to that point where the magic happens far quicker than with any other tool that I've seen.
So the first issue I have with other devices is that they're unreliable. Either it's too easy to break them, too easy to pick the keys off, the battery never lasts very long, they don't turn on when you need them, they don't connect to the network when you need them to. Chromebooks entered my life, and I can close the Chromebook lids, open them back up, we're ready to go again. So 50 times in a lesson, I can ask the pupils to stop what they're doing. It's much, much easier to share and be more collaborative with Chromebooks and a Google Apps for Education solution. For me, the biggest brick wall, or the biggest brick in the wall, though, and it's the same for all my colleagues, is the time-consuming nature of having to book the ICT suite, turn up, turn on the PC, wait for it to go through all its security scripts, log on, wait for more security scripts to run, double-click to get onto an Internet Explorer, then type in the email address. None of that needs to happen anymore with a Chromebook.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name's Maria. I'm a marketing manager at Google. And one of the things I work on is telling our users about all of the tools that we provide to help them protect and safeguard their privacy and security online, and giving our own tips for being generally safe on the web. So why does Google care about this? We care about keeping people safe online because the web is our business. We're very proud to have built some of the most popular products that the web has ever seen. So we feel it's our responsibility to keep people safe.
My name's Mark Allen. I'm an independent consultant who helps schools move to the cloud. And I've moved my own school, the school where my 4 children went and where I am a governor, somebody who helps the direction of the school. We moved to Google Apps around 7 years ago. Google provides such a standardized and uniform platform from which to build things. Google is a way of working, it's a mindset. So when people get into a debate about whether Google Docs can compete realistically with Microsoft Word or Microsoft Office in general, I think that's missing the point. The way of working, which is based around collaboration, opens up so many other possibilities for transforming your pedagogy and your teaching that it's a much bigger proposition than simply a comparison of tools. Senior management needs to support and champion the transformation of the school. They can't expect to impose this on staff. I've seen plenty of staff who say, let's just ignore it. It's just Steve doing one of his things and it will go away if we ignore it. Well, no, that's not good enough. as senior managers, what you need to do is to plan that route out over the next 2, 3, 5 years and engage staff through the sorts of tools that I've shown you so you get maximum buy-in from everybody in the organization.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Google stand at Bett 2014. I'm here today to talk about from Google Search to the Google Classroom. Basically, I'm no expert when it comes to tech. I'm a lecturer at an FE college here in East London. In Google Drive, you can create various documents. So these are some of the documents that you can create, okay? So replacing, I don't want to keep saying Microsoft, but to replace what I knew as Microsoft would be documents as Word, presentation for PowerPoint, spreadsheets for Excel, and then there's a few others. But there are hundreds, if not thousands of apps that you can also go online and get for free and start using in your classroom. These are just the ones that are the main ones that Google have. What I would urge you all to do is get a Google account if you haven't got one. It costs nothing, so it's worth a try. And then just start playing with the different apps. Go on Google Drive, create documents. You'll see within minutes how easy it is. Click the share button at the top, share it with some of your colleagues, see how you all work on a document at the same time. There's lots of ways you can use it, so I urge you really all just to give it a go. If it doesn't work for you, you've lost nothing, but I don't think that will be the case.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gary Spracklin, and I have the fairly unique job title of Director of Digital Learning and Innovation. That's when you all go, woo! But really, it just means the same job as many of you have, I'm sure, and that my role is to embed the use of digital technology to support learning. We went with the one-to-one option. And not only did we go with the one-to-one option, we went to the one-to-one option with no cost to families. Because of the savings we were making in infrastructure, because we weren't upgrading our servers, because we didn't have to pay out for licensing, we were able to make this bold leap. And I think Chromebooks support that better than any other device. Instant access, instant on.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michelle, and I'm here to talk to you today about using Google Apps for Education to personalise learning in the classroom. What I started to think about with Google was there another way that I could differentiate for my students' learning without me having to run myself ragged by trying to be in 25 different places all at one time? Now, I know from a starting point that sounds like a classroom management nightmare. How on earth would I go about doing that practically? In reality, with Google, it's actually very easy. The children themselves have actually asked to continue learning in this way. At the end of the Christmas term, I said to them, is this something you've enjoyed? Is it something you'd like to keep doing? And it was a unanimous vote. Every single one of them said that they felt they'd made more progress by choosing their own ways of learning.
Welcome to my talk about Chromebooks. Comparatively speaking, Chromebooks are cheap. So I can get a class set of Chromebooks for about £6,000. Sounds like a lot of money, but I think compared to pretty much anything else in the market, that is really cheap. All the research shows that technology helps, but it's an expensive way of improving teaching and learning. So if you're going to get devices into school, they need to not take money away from what you're actually going to invest in, which is the quality of your teachers and the quality of your teaching assistants. And for me, Chromebooks are the thing that don't cause me any problems. Okay, they're the things that don't go wrong. So they don't take any time out of my day. They don't take any time for me to sort them out or anything.
Okay, so in a change to the program, we're actually going to do some aerobics first. So if you can all just limber up, just let know. We're going to talk about our journey from the classroom to the Chromebook. It's our school journey. So to start off with, I'd like to introduce you to my amazing team. At my school, I looked for the 4 best students, the most competent, the most capable. They weren't available, so I brought these 4 along. They are Talia. Say hello, Talia.
Hello.
Emma.
Hello.
Alex.
Hello.
And James.
Hello.
Hello. Alex, what was our old computer room like?
It was messy. There were tons of wires everywhere. And the computers weren't very good.
We decided to buy some Chromebooks and get rid of the computer room completely. So this was our shopping list. 24 Chromebooks, 1 trolley, cable ties and a label printer. The costs. The Chromebooks were about £7,000 in total. No subscription costs. at all. The software updates overnight, so you don't have to worry about subscription costs. No licensing, very little maintenance, but you do need biscuits occasionally when you're trapped in there with the children.
So we all went on to Google Drive and we all created a document called Google's Ungoogleable Questions, and we all wrote about 10 questions, and other people could come onto that Google Drive and write the answers to the questions.
Thank you, Emma. I think the questions are brilliant, actually. I mean, only a child could come up with a question. Can you flip a hippopotamus onto its back in 10 minutes? I mean, that is genius, isn't it? Genius. What sort of subjects are we using it for? Talia, can you think?
Math, English, science, history, geography, and we're going to start using it in French.
Look at the joy in her face as she says the word French, ladies and gentlemen. French, yes. We're dragging French in the 21st century. How long they take to load up? How long do they take to load up, guys?
7 seconds.
7 seconds. What do I do to start the lesson? What do I say?
Open your lids.
Open your lids, and it's on. And at the end of the lesson, guess what we do?
Close your lids.
Close your lids, yes. Take one of our devices home with you. So who's taken one home? James. James hasn't, because James has got about 14 computers at home. Talia, tell us your story.
We actually have 4 computers at home, but I am in a family of 5, and I'm the middle child, so...
Oh, we feel that pain. So what they do is they come in on Friday afternoon after swimming, and they come and they borrow, with permission from their parents, they borrow a Chromebook. We've had none broken so far and none stolen, not stolen, they wouldn't be stolen, yeah, none damaged, yeah. Finally, have you got any questions for the children? They have promised to be completely honest, haven't you? Yes, yes. Have you got any questions for them? Oh, come on. They've travelled for 4 days to get here. Give them some love. Thank you to my children. Give them a round of applause, please.